And senior Tanner Wall with Spencer a moment ago.
Tanner, interesting senior day because you know you're guaranteed a spot in the Big 12 championship and you want to go out with a bang. You score 41 points after going down 14-0. How were you able to overcome the slow start?
Yeah, you know, I think we brought the defense up on the sideline and we're just, you know, felt like we needed to bring the energy up and everyone needed to just own their role and do their job. And, you know, we did that the rest of the game and we're able to, you know, play much better defense and, you know, get out of drives much more quickly. So I think it was just an urgency thing from us, a little bit of a wake-up call, but we were able to rally and figure it out. But yeah, it was a great game for us today. You know, offense played great. Another touchdown on special teams. Like, love seeing that.
Let's talk about some of those specific adjustments that were made that really caused UCF some problems after you started 14-0 down.
Yeah, I mean, what it came down to really was just underneath coverage, whether it was in zone or man, just making sure we don't let the back or tight ends out and without, you know, adjusting to our coverage, right? We let him out of some third downs there early on some late check downs to the running back or to the tight end. So that was something that we'd focused on all week, so we needed to just really get that in our brains and make sure we executed it out here. And I thought we started to play really well, too, on the early downs, first and second down, limiting yards. And then those third and longs is when we can dial up our pass rush. And, you know, I thought we got a lot of good pressure tonight. Would have loved to see a few more sacks. I know talking to the D-line, they were like, dude, we should have had more sacks, but thought they did a great job today.
Now, understandably, fans are going to fan, and when you go down 14-0, there's some images of what happened against Kansas on your home field last year. What did you learn from that game that helped you today?
Just don't panic, right? Just go out there and, you know, continue to be who we are and make plays. And, you know, someone's got to make a play to turn the game around. And, you know, Evan Johnson, that was a big play there to kind of get some momentum back going our way. But yeah, just continue to trust our coaches and know that the offense was going to roll. We knew they were. So yeah, just keep believing and doing our thing.
You force another turnover late. Ball was in your hands for a second. Were you thinking scoop and score in that moment?
I was thinking scoop and score. It took one last weird little bounce there, and so, but I was ready to get to the end zone for sure.
What does going undefeated at Lavell Edwards Stadium for the first time since 2020 mean to you?
It means everything. I mean, we talked about it through this off season and especially through camp preparing for the season. If you don't lose at home, you're going to have a special season regardless. And, you know, we've been able to do that this year, right? We're 6-0. Hopefully get another game here, maybe, depending on how things shake out, right? But, yeah, just playing in front of these fans, and this should always be an advantage for us, and we've made it that this year.
You told me in Lubbock after a tough day that this team would rally and get back to Dallas and control your own destiny and get there. Well, now here you are. Where do you feel like you are better and more prepared for that game now?
You know, obviously, from the tape in that game, we're going to be able to break down a lot of things and understanding, you know, what they're trying to do offensively, defensively, you know, on all three phases. So I know for a fact we're going to be studying that very heavily this week and, you know, watching their most recent games. But I think, honestly, we're going to go in there with a lot of hunger. You know, it is kind of a revenge game. I'd rather be in our position than theirs, honestly, just because, you know, they feel like they might have to play not to lose, and we're coming after them. So we're going to have that attack mindset and go do it.
What do you feel like the opportunity is for BYU as you try and quell some of that verbiage of BYU not being ready for a team like Texas Tech?
I mean, all that talk can be said, right? But really, in the way that we play, we'll really say who we are and determine what kind of team that we are. So, you know, this has already been a special season, but we've set ourselves up to be exactly where we plan to be and where we want to be. So, got to go out and win ourselves a conference championship.
This group of seniors has won a lot of games. You've won a lot of games. Where does 11-1 in the regular season stack up to things that you have accomplished as a BYU football player? Yeah,
I mean, that means the world, you know, to us leaders and to us seniors and captains, right? Like being able to lead these boys and alongside the coaches, it's meant everything. And it's been a special season, and we still have some great ball to play, which is the best part about it. Like, it was hard to even be sad today on senior night knowing we've got plenty of football left to go play. So let's save it for down the road a little bit and enjoy a lot more great moments with our brothers.
Tanner, congratulations again on an undefeated home record and an 11-win regular season.
Thank you so much, Spencer. Appreciate it.